So you don't just work with one. Now it depends. If one company has a whole bunch of people, then of course that's ideal, right? But you don't just typically work with one company. You can typically work with several different companies. The things is like you can stay on site. Like they will give you rooms and you can actually sleep and stay on site because the work should be done continuously around the clock, 24 hours. So you'll have like a morning team, an afternoon team, and or I guess late evening afternoon team, and then like an overnight team. So you would have these done on the clock, continually going on and on and on. And people most times, like the best way to do it is people are staying in on the property itself. And it's just our job to manage the whole thing, actually putting like an on-site manager put in place as well. So it's not even you managing all the people and all the teams. You're just managing the person that's managing all the things, hiring and putting somebody in place where they can stay on property, and then they manage all of the things. Because there was a couple of companies that was looking for people specifically to do that. Now you're on the ground, you're able to see all the motion and all the things that need to be done. So when it is your turn, like you have real good experience with it as well. So,
almost like a property management.
pretty much like the property managers are the ones that's hiring us. So
Right.
like it's pretty much like the vendor management. We're just managing all the vendors, setting the schedules, who needs to clean this, check it off, do quality control, making sure each unit is done properly. The actual student turnover, I think she says you want to start bidding in January, February-ish. You can start, selling and like not selling, but like, letting them know who you are around January. Send them emails, just calling them up if you're local, visiting them, because you want to build that rapport because there's a person that's there on site that's the one that's actually selecting who is going to be the vendor for their services. And then I want to say May, June-ish is when like they let you know if they're going with your company. And then after that, then that's when you want to start securing your cleaning vendors and your cleaning contract and subcontracts of who you're going to be using, your painters, if you're going to do that as well. And then also for carpet cleaning, if you're going to do that as well. So you'll start securing those contracts to work with them people. But you want to make sure that like everything that is taught in the beginning part, that foundation part, you want to make sure all of that is done because they are going to require that. They also require some other things as well, specifically for that. Everything that is taught on the foundational piece, like I don't know if you guys kind of heard anything that me and Lisa was talking about, like all of that is definitely required. Even like, when you submit that bid, like they're looking for that. And if everything is not, yes, insurance as well. And so if that's not done, they're not going to even look at your bid. No, you would pay them, by percentage, just like we talk about in the academy, because each property, how they do the pricing is per room. I think it's like the bedroom counts as a room, the bathroom counts as a room, and the living room kitchen counts as one room together. So if you have a 1-bedroom property, that's 3 rooms, right? So they'll give you a price, a dollar amount per room, right? And then, so then if it's a 2-bedroom apartment, then it would be a 4-room unit. And if it's a 3-bedroom apartment, it'll be a 5-bedroom unit. But they give you the price per room. Like she had given me an update June 17th, and she was saying that they are up to 1347. So 1,437 rooms, right? But when they say rooms, it means like, let's say 4 rooms to 1 unit, or 3 rooms to 1 unit. Mm-hmm. So they pay per room. And then so like you would just give them a percentage per room that they clean. Because you don't want to do it hourly, right? Because you don't want people milking the clock. You want people to have that sense of urgency to hurry up and get units done fastly with great proficiency as well. With Gusto only knows the actual physical amount that you're paying them. Gusto and like Booking Koala doesn't integrate, so they don't speak to each other. you'll have all your information in Booking Koala, right? Typically how I recommend splitting up the accounts like through the profit first model, right? And having that separate payroll account. So when those funds are coming in to your bank account, you would then transfer those funds from your income account. So that's the account that I normally like to have designated to where all money come into. And then I would transfer however much will go to payroll. So that's 5, 6. So then I would transfer 600 from the payroll account, from the income account into the payroll account. And then Gusto is the platform associated with the payroll. So then I go over to Gusto and I'm like, hey, Gusto, I click on the name, cleaner A gets 300, send, boom. And then that's it. So they don't know in like their schedules or how many jobs or cleaning they did. The only people that know that would be Booking Koala. And your cleaners can see that. They can manage that. Sometimes they'll ask like, oh, can I get a detailed breakdown? I'm like, go look at Booking Koala because they can see all their jobs. Now, the only thing is if you don't allow your cleaners to see how much they get per job, then you may have to give them some sort of breakdown so they can know how much they got paid. But Booking Koala will show them their schedule, show them like their past jobs, show them how much they got paid for. Gusto only just sends the dollar amount.